Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out, episode 103. Hope you're all having a great 4th of July long weekend so far, and thank you for making this radio station a part of it. You're listening to Tech It Out, where each week my goal is not just to celebrate technology, but to also help demystify it. Or as the announcer says, I try to break down geek speak into street speak. We have an awesome show planned for you this hour. We'll chat about virtual reality and augmented reality with Alan Smithson. He's a leader in this space, and that includes the business applications for mixed reality. Also, the Chief Marketing Officer for IBM Watson will stop by this hour to talk about women in the artificial intelligence field, in the AI space. I'll also share some great smart home gadgets for the summer, and we'll end off with an interview with Ingram Micro, the world's biggest tech distributor. If you run a small or medium-sized business, we're going to be chatting with Bill Brandel about how to get your products into retailers, in the hands of businesses, and drop shipped to consumers as well. Bill is the country manager for Canada, so he's also going to speak about how U.S. companies can break into Canada, where there are many millions of people with disposable income looking to buy new products, whether it's tech or other products as well. We're going to get to all that later in the program. So let's first kick things off with Alan Smithson. AR, VR, XR, and MR. Today's phrases tied to different virtual and augmented experiences can be overwhelming to many. Not to mention, most think this technology is only for gamers, when in fact there are several business applications for it as well. Joining us on the line to chat is Alan Smithson. He is one of the preeminent experts in mixed realities. He's a TEDx speaker and co-founder of MetaVRse and his latest endeavor, XR Ignite. Welcome to the show, Alan.
Thanks so much, Mark. Pleasure being on the show. And I'm really excited to share all the greatness of virtual and augmented reality with your listeners.
And it was good to see you at Collision Conference recently with your partner, both in life and in business, Julie. And I hope you guys had a good show.
It was a great show. And, there were so many amazing startups. You don't see them all in one place. Typically, they're in little basements and, offices hidden around. But man, to see thousands of startups in one space was really inspiring.
Yeah, indeed. Now, before we talk about XR Ignite, and congrats, by the way, let's first, at a high level, break down the difference between VR, or virtual reality, AR, augmented reality, and then MR and XR, because I think those two are kind of similar, but correct me if I'm wrong. Let's just explain to our audience what we're talking about here.
Sure. Virtual reality refers to, those funky headsets that people put on and they look around and they look like they're, off in their own world. Well, they actually are in their own world. And virtual reality creates a virtual space, meaning you create a new environment for the user. And so it could be on, walking on the moon, or it could be, swimming with sharks, or whatever you want in that headset. Mm-hmm. But it's completely immersed. Whereas augmented reality is something where you'd use your phone to maybe overlay data on top of the real world. So you would, maybe have a Snapchat dancing hot dog in your space, or Pokemon Go characters, or now with Harry Potter Unite,
right.
Wizards Unite, that type of thing. That's like augmented reality. And mixed reality combines the two and says, okay, you have glasses, they understand the world around you, and then they can project data into the world. So your world becomes your computer. And so it's kind of this reality spectrum from virtual reality, meaning, totally immersed, augmented reality being on your phone, and then mixed reality in the middle, combining the two technologies. Oh. And XR really is just a lazy way of all of us who are building kind of enterprise solutions to just bundle them all together. So it's virtual, augmented, mixed reality, plus computer vision and machine learning, which is kind of artificial intelligence algorithms as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. Very cool. Thank you for the explanation. And this technology isn't just for gamers, right? I mean, there's VR and AR and mixed reality when it comes to education, healthcare, communication, like I've seen like VR chat rooms, commerce, and many other applications, correct?
There's so many applications. And in fact, it's easier to say what won't be affected by this technology. If you consider now everybody in the world has a phone. So everybody, by the end of 2019, there'll be 2 billion smartphones that are enabled with augmented reality capabilities. So everybody now has a powerful augmented reality tool in their pocket. And this will transcend all of business. So things like learning. It already shows, virtual reality is showing between 25 and 70% increases in retention rates. Think about this, 70% increases in retention rates for training. And that can be training in retail or marketing, sales, whatever it is. We're seeing these results right across the board. And it's something that, nobody really, we had this anecdotal thought that, hey, VR, if it's good for communications, it must be good for training. And then we started doing the trials. We're like, oh, wow, this is not just good for training. This is revolutionizing training.
Can you give an example, Alan, of how augmented reality, for example, whether it's a phone or something wearable like glasses, could be used for training at work?
Certainly. So let's say you're a field worker and you're out in the field and, you've been on the job for 6 weeks and you're really fresh and you're new and you're out there. You look at a machine that you need to fix. And all of a sudden, now all the instructions are right in front of you real time. So you don't have to look in a book. You don't have to look it up on your phone. It's just real time projected onto the machine, walking you step by step on how to fix or repair that machine. Now, if you take it one step further, a subject matter expert back at the head office doesn't have to fly there. Now they can use anybody on the factory floor or in the field to fix these machines because everybody is an expert. Because you can have remote assistance. You can have that expert see what you're seeing using the cameras and annotate on your vision.
Very cool. We're chatting with Alan Smithson. He is the co-founder of XR Ignite, a new company that embraces extended reality and that fuses, as he's taught us, augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. So with that in mind, Alan, let's now talk about this new endeavor. And again, congrats. What's the company all about, XR Ignite?
XR Ignite is an accelerator and community hub. What we realized in kind of starting to build all of these technologies, we realized that the real innovations are coming from startups. These are, people working in 2-3 person teams building incredible products that will serve businesses around the world. What we also realize is that they're not ready to do business with the corporate world. They're missing legals. They're missing marketing. So what we built is a curriculum to run these startups through this program and prepare them to do business with corporates. And then once they've gone through the curriculum, then we can start pairing them with corporate partners to start doing business with them, because corporate partners want the latest innovation, but they don't want the risks associated with working with startups. So we've built this curriculum to bring the startups up to the level that businesses need.
Can you give us an example, maybe with a real client you have? And I know you just launched, so if you don't have one that you can say publicly, I understand. But can you give us an example of a small, scrappy startup that has some really cool augmented or virtual reality technologies that need to be brought to the next level or introduced to, say, a more established, let's say like a banking institution or a 100-year-old apparel company? Do you have an example?
Certainly. The best example, we actually used it for our pitch for this program, is a company called Vravo. It's like Bravo, but spelled with a V. So VRAVO.com. Mm-hmm. Vravo is a virtual reality platform that allows you to, just using green screen or white background, record your message and then project yourself into augmented reality and virtual reality on one platform real time. So you can imagine having one platform to record your learning sessions or your marketing pieces or whatever, and then it broadcasts to every device. That is a really powerful tool. And that, that's one where these guys have been building this product for years, but they haven't started, getting out there, selling it and really growing it as a platform, because they're product builders. They're not marketers. They're not salespeople.
Also, Alan, please tell our listeners about this XR for Business podcast that you launched.
Certainly. We've done 46 episodes already, interviewing the world's leaders in XR technologies, but also businesses who are using it. So we've interviewed the head of learning for Sprint. We've interviewed the head of immersive technologies for Ford. Really, really great people. And you can get it on any podcast. So it's on iTunes and Google Play. It's under XR for Business and the website's xrforbusiness.io.
Awesome. So for those listening right now who might be one of these XR startups, if you will, doing something in this space, what's the first step for them, would you recommend?
Sure. Go to xrignite.com and just apply. The application's pretty straightforward and simple. And then what we're doing is we're just preparing all that. Curriculum will launch in September, and we'll be able to, and we're doing the curriculum in VR and AR. So we're using our own technologies to deliver the platform as effectively as possible.
That's awesome, Alan.
If you're a business and you're looking to leverage these technologies for learning, training, you can also go to XR Ignite and sign up there. It's kind of like a matchmaking service. So,
hey, congratulations, Alan Smithson. I appreciate your time. Have a great summer.
Oh, thank you so much, Mark. My pleasure.
When we return on Tech It Out, I'll chat about some products that I showed on TV last week, tied to a TV tour where I virtually appeared on over 25 stations across the country, talking about smart home tech. It was a tour called Tech That Connects, and I looked at various smart home technologies. I'll also share with you some info about a new CNBC show that finally launched this weekend that I'm the host of, called Tech Impact. I'll share some details on that. But before we continue on with the show, I do want to thank ASUS. They are the title sponsor for Tech It Out. Thank you for your ongoing support. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops. They're called ZenBooks. You can learn more at asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. We'll be right back.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, everyone. Hope you're having a great long weekend, and whatever you did on the 4th of July, I hope you had fun, maybe with family or friends. And, if you've been listening to this show on the radio, on your local station, or maybe in podcast form, I've been teasing for a couple of months that I was going to host a show on CNBC called Tech Impact. Well, it finally launched July 6th. That could be today, depending on when you're hearing this show. So, very exciting stuff. Saturday mornings at 11 Eastern or 8 a.m. Pacific. It's a 30-minute show about the impact of technology on society. I'm working with a Miami-based production company called Marum Entertainment and an executive producer by the name of Juan Martinez. A great crew and some fabulous writers and shooters, some great videographers and editors. And it's been a lot of fun. We shot the first episode in Miami. Second one was in LA. That one's not going to air just yet. But if you're interested in learning about this, and it is more high level, a little bit business slanted as well, because it is CNBC. The first episode is going to air July 6th, and then on July 20th, the same episode, and then again August 10th. So every couple of weeks on Saturday mornings at 11 Eastern, called Tech Impact, I look at how technology is going to transform the transportation industry, AI and healthcare. We're going to learn about cybersecurity for businesses, communications industry. We're going to chat with like Siemens and Qualcomm and Wabtec and Optiv and General Electric health and transportation as well. So lots of great stuff. I hope you like it. So again, if you do get CNBC, it's called Tech Impact. And if you don't get CNBC, I will be sharing the videos online through YouTube and some other platforms like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. On Twitter, my handle is Mark_Saltzman. That's Mark with a C _Saltzman, or you can look for Tech Impact 2019. And speaking of TV, I had a lot of fun on Tuesday morning from New York City. I was hosting a TV tour, if you will, a satellite tour with 25 stations or so. It was called Tech That Connects. It was a look at different smart home innovations and products to welcome into the summer, whether it adds convenience or cuts costs down and so on. And people seem to really enjoy the chat, which is great. So I thought I would, on this radio program, tell you about the products that I showed. So, smart home tech, it is really hot right now, as you likely know. Double-digit growth year over year. So this is a very popular category. So to highlight what is new and interesting to me, I've got 3 products to share with you. One is, believe it or not, a vacuum cleaner. And this one really sucks. And I mean that, of course, in a good way. You might not think vacuum cleaners are going high tech, but Pure One from Tinco is the first cordless vacuum cleaner equipped with what's called an eye loop sensor that can automatically detect hidden dirt and then adjust the suction power in real time. It uses AI AI, or artificial intelligence, for a smarter, deeper, and even a quieter clean as well. Amazingly, the battery life tops 100 minutes per charge for this handheld cordless vacuum. And along with an LED display on the unit, the geek in me loves that there's a companion app that allows you to see information like cleaning performance, maintenance reminders, and you can even stream music to your earbuds through the app while you're vacuuming. I love that. So prices start at $449 for the Pure One S12 from Tinco. The company name is spelled Tineco, and you can get it at Amazon. And there are some other units as well, other models from that same family. Next up, I showed a smart thermostat to save money on your bills. So a great pick is the new smart thermostat with voice control from Ecobee. It senses when you're home and when you're away to automate home comfort, so you don't have to do anything. And that, of course, reduces energy consumption and saves you money in the process. In fact, users can save up to 23% on your heating and cooling costs every year. You can even control your home with your voice through Alexa. There's a little microphone on the unit, or via the Ecobee app, even if you're not at home. This thermostat also comes with a new smart sensor. It's a little white cube that you can place around your home to prioritize comfort in the rooms that you care about the most. And this is one of the key differentiators with the Ecobee products and some of the other smart thermostats out there, is that you can have up to 32 of these little smart sensors around your home for room by room comfort. It senses occupancy and then it adjusts the ideal temp on the fly, like 72 degrees or what have you. The Ecobee smart thermostat with voice control costs $249. Finally, for those who like online shopping and who doesn't, there are those who are a bit concerned about packages getting wet or going missing. So here's a great solution. Key by Amazon in-garage delivery is now available for Prime members in select areas. All you need is a MyQ connected garage door opener. You simply link your account with the Key app, then select in-garage delivery at checkout. It's that easy. To make your existing garage opener smart, you can use Chamberlain's Smart Hub, or just purchase a MyQ-enabled Chamberlain or LiftMaster opener. Amazon has pre-Prime Day pricing, so before July 15th and 16th, for the MyQ Smart Garage Hub and an Amazon Cloud Cam, a camera. It's a bundle for under $100. That's a 40% savings, which is great. So again, the products that I looked at for smart homes this summer in that Tech That Connects series of interviews on TV was a high-tech vacuum cleaner from Tinco called Pure One, and then the model number S12 starts at $449, and that's a high-tech vacuum cleaner with an app and AI, which is pretty cool. And then I looked at a smart thermostat from Ecobee with voice control, with a built-in Alexa, which works with smart sensors, and you do get one in the box. And then finally, for online shopping, the Key by Amazon in-garage delivery service is great, and it works with the Chamberlain MyQ connected garage door opener, or the LiftMaster model that has MyQ. And again, with the Cloud Cam from Amazon as a bundle, you're getting a lot there to turn your older garage door into a newer one. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to get a list of these products, you can send me a note at tech@marksaltzman.com. That's TECH@MARCSALTZMAN.com. When we return on Tech It Out, we'll chat with IBM's Watson, the CMO for the company, about women in AI, artificial intelligence. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out on this special 4th of July long weekend edition. Artificial intelligence is a fundamental and fast-growing technology, and one poised to drive dramatic advances across every industry. But the field is currently dominated by men. No surprise, right? Well, in an effort to push for gender equality in AI, and the understanding that women's ranks in the AI field are small, IBM is putting the spotlight on women leaders from around the world who are first movers in AI for business in its inaugural Women Leaders in AI list. Joining us on the line to share some insight into this initiative is Michelle Boockoff Bajdek. She's the Chief Marketing Officer for IBM Watson. Welcome to the show, Michelle.
Thank you so much, Mark, for having me join. I'm excited to talk about this program.
Fantastic. So why don't we dive right in? Please tell us about this list.
Sure.
Women Leaders in AI.
Absolutely. And I want to go back to something you said in the intro that I think is so important. Women make up only an estimated 22% of the global AI workforce, and that number only gets smaller as you move up the leadership ranks. Mm-hmm. And this is so critical for us to really focus on this issue because AI is an actual reflection of who we are as people. And so the spotlight that we've put on women leaders is our way to really is to really push for gender equality. So we had this opportunity to recognize and celebrate 40 women from a variety of industries and professions, not just tech professions, but true business leaders, as well as 15 different countries. And all of these women are pioneering the use of AI to drive true business transformation in their organizations. And it was really exciting to be able to include them and bring them together for a recognition event that we held at our Watson Experience Center. It's very inspirational to hear stories from business leaders who are starting out, who are paving the way, not only for other women, but for all business leaders who are interested in adopting AI to make an impact in their organization.
Because it is something that we're seeing transforming industries, and it's not just one, the tech business. It's, like you said, it's education.
That's right.
It could be entertainment. It could be the medical fields and health and medicine. So it's not just one field that AI is helping to transform and even disrupt how we conduct business for the better, I'd argue. So how were these honorees chosen specifically? What criteria was IBM looking for in order to recognize and honor these women across the globe?
It's a great question, because I think to your point, we are living in an era where every single company is a technology company and where every leader is putting tech innovation, often in the form of AI, at the center of her agenda. And so when we looked at how to choose these honorees and how to select the best cases, we wanted to use a number of factors. First, the strategic relevance of the AI project to their business. So in many cases, they're driving real transformation. They're improving the customer experience. They're improving operational efficiencies. They're allowing their employees to do higher value work. They're making a difference in the relationships that they have with their patients, their customers, their employees. So that's number one. Number two, we wanted to recognize and salute this diverse mix of industries and geographies that are represented here. We had so many entries that came in, and to be able to honor women from 15 different geographies was important. These women represent industries like healthcare, as you said, telecommunications, financial services, consumer goods, automotive, and so many more. And so that was really critical. But I think the third and most important factor was that we wanted these stories that these women shared to serve as good lessons for other business leaders who are just starting out on their AI journey. Not just other women, but all business leaders who are looking to deploy AI in their organizations and can capitalize on this treasure trove of information that these women have been so open and receptive to sharing.
Awesome. Some listeners may question AI because they fear that it could lead to job loss for humans. And I've heard this many times, right? Whether it's any kind of automation, whether it's AI or robotics or autonomous vehicles. But I remember somebody from IBM's Watson department where you work, and we are, by the way, chatting with Michelle Boockoff Bajdek. She's the CMO for IBM Watson. I can't recall whom told me this, but for every job automation replaces, and again, that's a broad phrase, that it creates on average 4 to 5 new jobs. They're just different jobs. Is that fair? And how would you alleviate the concerns some people have about the growing AI in business?
Well, I'll answer that for you in two ways because, you really did touch on it. We're seeing a plethora of new jobs. So customer service representatives who might have been having to answer some of the really time-consuming questions that now a virtual agent can ask, password reset, account number lookup, if you're thinking about a bank, are now really taking on new and exciting jobs. They're becoming conversational analysts and conversational dialogue creators. So they are the ones who are training the AI to take on some of these more manual and mundane tasks, and they're able to focus on higher value work. But the best example is Rachel Cordry, and she shared this with me. She's in healthcare. She's a pharmacy supervisor at Peninsula Regional Medical Center in Maryland, and she was tasked with overseeing the deployment of a drug information database from Watson Health. And her team combined that information, that wealth of knowledge, with IBM Watson Assistant, and they incorporated it into the electronic medical record so that nurses and pharmacists at the center could query the system about medications, compatibility, and dosage without ever having to leave that electronic medical record. And what's so exciting, if you think about it, this system responded to more than 100,000 questions last year, by the way. But what is so important here is that she said, what's great about this system is not that it's taking away jobs, but it is allowing nurses and pharmacists and doctors to focus and spend more time with their patients. So we have to look at it in that fashion, because we're going to get more out of AI, because it's going to offload some of the manual, time-consuming tasks and allow us to do this higher value work, which I would argue spending time with patients, perfect example.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much. Where could our listeners learn more about the Women Leaders in AI list and even read about all these 40 women who were recently recognized and celebrated?
Absolutely. They should go to ibm.com/Watson, and we've got all of their profiles on there. I encourage everybody to go take a look at these women.
It's a privilege to chat with you, Michelle. Thank you so much, and congratulations on this initiative.
Oh, thank you so much, Rick. It was a privilege.
When we return on Tech It Out in a couple of moments from now, we'll chat with Bill Brandel from Ingram Micro about distributing your products. Maybe you run a small or medium-sized business. You'll want to tune into that. But first, Tech It Out is powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. Check out their awesome products at asus.com/US/radio. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. With more than 33,000 employees worldwide and north of $50 billion in sales for its 2018 fiscal year alone, Ingram Micro helps businesses realize the promise of technology by delivering a full spectrum of global technology and supply chain services. Joining us on the line to chat is Bill Brandel. He is the country chief executive for Ingram Micro Canada. And even if you're listening to this show in the U.S., you'll soon hear why you might consider Ingram Micro to distribute your products in Canada. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Hey, thanks, Mark.
All right. So, first of all, congratulations on Ingram Micro's 40th birthday. That's a huge milestone. Now, since Ingram Micro isn't necessarily a consumer-facing brand, please tell our listeners what the company is all about.
Sure thing. Well, thanks for the well wishes. Yeah, 40 years it's been an amazing run. Today we were actually handing out awards for some of the folks that have been here 25 plus years. We even gave a 30-year recipient their award. So it's a fun time to be here. But a little bit about Ingram Micro. So Ingram Micro is in the IT space. We have three distinct go-to-market strategies. The first piece is kind of our technology solutions group, where we provide IT solutions to and through our partners while adding value-added services such as pre-sales, tech support, solutions architecture support, right straight on through to implementation support, and all the while offering creative financing solutions to help our partners grow their businesses.
Partners may be like a vendor, like a company that makes, laptops, and you help them get that product into the hands of consumers, businesses, and retailers. Is that fair to say?
That is one of our partners. So one of our partners are the individual manufacturer partners, and then we also service the reseller channel.
Right.
So those are the value-added resellers who add their own services and support the solutions that they provide to the end user. So we have actually two distinct customers that we serve.
Got it. Thanks for the clarification. So that's one of your pillars.
Sure. The second is cloud. So we are the only company in the IT space that has the largest fully automated cloud platform. And we're very, very proud of Cloud Blue and the platform where we deliver our cloud solutions on. But we have the largest portfolio of cloud offerings through our platform to help partners understand what are the right choices as they're servicing their end customers and designing solutions. Who are the partners they should work with, and then how can they deliver that in a cost-effective and an efficient way, and that is the Cloud Blue marketplace.
And that's not just cloud for storage sake, but also running software or a platform in the cloud. Is that right?
100%. So when you think of the likes of a Microsoft infrastructure as a service, that as complex as that, straight through to a backup software and even security solutions that are offered. So a whole range of software manufacturers are converting to cloud, and some companies are actually growing up in the cloud, and they're offering their solutions in a managed or in a monthly annuity type business, which changes the conversation.
Yeah, awesome. And instead of incurring the cost of building and maintaining a server farm, if you will, on their premises, they get the benefits of cloud, which is like 99.9% uptime and all that, and have that data off-site as well brings some benefits as well. Just ask anyone affected by local, disasters and things like that where their data was not protected. So that there's several advantages. So you help them implement a strategy and execute on that through your partners. Got it. And then the third pillar to Ingram Micro's business model.
And that's really our third-party logistics business, right? So we grew up in the distribution space where we were providing logistics support to the manufacturer partners to hit the masses in the SMB space and to hit the broad scope of partners. And so that's really where we kind of cut our teeth before we've evolved over these past 40 years into who we are today. But the third-party logistics is interesting because it offers the ability for partners to be able to leverage our scale, leverage the relationships we have in transportation to provide their goods and services across Canada the most cost-effective way.
So even if they're not a tech company, Bill, from what I understand, you can also provide these 3PL or third-party logistics services. So, for example, let's say you and I had a company that made, toothbrushes or surfboards. We can also take advantage of Ingram Micro's distribution muscle and your logistics and fulfillment services and get those into the hands of consumers in Canada. Is that right?
100%, Mark. I have everything from kegerators to kayaks in my warehouse, along sitting next to some pretty complicated servers. So yeah,
right.
We grew up in the IT space, but the third-party logistics business has given us the opportunity to serve other markets.
So I know a lot of small businesses do tune into this program, and if they're thinking, well, I already have my own warehouse, then what would your answer be? I mean, isn't it a lot more cost-effective to rent the space when you need it? You're not committed to running that warehouse 365, 24/7 when you may only have sort of seasonal business?
100%. So I think there's a lot of value-added offerings that come with the third-party logistics partnership, right? So I think no matter what size your organization, you can benefit. Yeah, everyone knows the complexities of dealing with tax code and currency and the logistics providers, right? So we're a very large organization and have very strong relationships with those carriers. It gives us the ability to offer those solutions in a very cost-effective, guaranteed we can do it cheaper, better, faster than someone trying to start out on their own, right? It goes along the line of like the cloud world, right? Why go and build a whole data center when you can go tap into a infrastructure as a service provider and have that same look and feel at a fraction of the cost.
Right.
So that's really what the 3PL business can bring to the table.
All right. Very interesting. And I have seen one of your warehouses, by the way. It's absolutely huge. It's just west of Toronto. I think it's like, 500,000 square feet?
It is.
And people may not realize that when they buy something online or even maybe from a brick and mortar store, then they have it shipped to their house, that Ingram Micro may be the actual one delivering it to them, right?
100%.
Hang tight, because when we return, we're going to chat more with Bill Brandel from Ingram Micro. He's going to elaborate on their 3PL or third-party logistics business. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We're chatting with Bill Brandel. He is the country manager for Ingram Micro Canada. There are a lot of American businesses who tune into this show that I know would like to send their products to Canada, but it can be expensive to either ship directly from the U.S. or to pay for your own warehouse in the Great White North. So it makes a lot more sense often to work with a distributor like Ingram Micro that has this third-party logistics service arm. So really cool stuff. Before the break, Bill, we were talking about how you also, when someone in Canada orders a product from a big online retailer, it often comes from Ingram Micro and not the store that they think they're buying from. Is that right?
100%. So we provide back-end support to a lot of the retailers in Canada. Again, our core competency that we grew up in this world and have continued to evolve that as more and more retail is converting to e-tail, taking advantage of an e-tail play. We're able to provide that support on either one of those two solutions.
All right. And I think the industry phrase is drop shipping the product to the customer.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
That is correct.
All right, awesome.
Very well.
So, Bill, we're chatting, by the way, with Bill Brandel. He is the country chief executive for Ingram Micro Canada. For our U.S. listeners tuning in, why should companies that maybe want to break into Canada consider Ingram Micro instead of shipping products direct from a U.S. warehouse?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Mark. We get that a lot, and we service a lot of U.S.-based companies that are breaking into Canada for several reasons. Some I already mentioned, just being able to manage the tax code, the currency difference, and the complexities that come along with that, as well as it's all about the customer support and the customer experience. Mm-hmm. So when you're doing your own delivery into Canada, the level of support, there's all those complexities come into play, and your customer experience will be impacted. Where we're based here, so we bring the products in bulk, and then we distribute them across Canada in a very efficient and cost-effective way. So from a U.S. company looking to break into Canada, there's no better way to establish a foothold and really be able to get in a meaningful way with a quality experience than leveraging Ingram Micro's third-party logistics.
And you have more than just the one warehouse, by the way. I know in 2018 you launched one in Vancouver as well, a huge one too.
Well, we actually have 3 total warehouses, just under 1 million. We are just under 1 million square foot now. So we have obviously 2 in Toronto and then the one in Vancouver.
Right. Awesome.
So we service the entire country through those facilities.
Bill, where would Ingram Micro Canada like to be in, say, 5 years? You've outlined some of the key differentiators between Ingram Micro and some of the other distributors out there. You offer a lot more complementary solutions as well. But where would you like to be in, say, 2025?
Oh, that's a great question, Mark. We had our team offsite and had that very discussion yesterday. So, the reality is service is becoming huge, right? So being able to provide value-added services is key. When we first started off, 40 years ago, it was really just a way to provide logistics support and maybe some finance, some credit to partners to get scale, right, and to the vendors to be able to hit the masses of the markets that they serve. Over the years, we've obviously added a lot of value-added services to be able to fill the gaps that exist today in the supply chain. So I think when you look at Ingram and where we want to be it in the technology solutions, cloud, or CLS, our third-party logistics business, it's really about the value-added services that we will continue to layer on to be able to be that one-stop shop for all of your needs when it comes to either delivery or even implementation of a solution into the Canadian market.
Wow. So for those businesses listening who do want to learn more about what Ingram Micro Canada can do for them, is there a website you'd recommend, Bill?
Absolutely. It is www.ingrammicro.ca, and everything that tells about Ingram, all of our go-to-market strategies, the various contacts, and all of that information is conveniently located on that site. And I strongly encourage anyone interested to check it out and give us a call.
All right. Thank you again, Bill Brandel, Country Chief Executive for Ingram Micro Canada. Have a great summer. Thanks for your time.
You too. Thank you, Mark.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's Tech It Out, the special 4th of July long weekend edition of the show. We first spoke with Alan Smithson from XR Ignite about augmented reality and virtual reality for business. I then shared a look at some smart home devices in the Tech That Connects TV tour that I was on last week. I also spoke with IBM Watson, the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer for that division of IBM, talking about women in AI, or the artificial intelligence field. And then finally, Bill Brandel from Ingram Micro about distribution. I know this show is primarily for consumers, but I do have a lot of businesses that tune in as well, if my email is any indication. As we wrap up this show, I want to thank ASUS one last time. Tech It Out is powered by ASUS, creating technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. ASUS, for those in search of incredible. Visit asus.com/US/radio for more info on their products. That's asus.com/US/radio. Hoping you all have a great rest of your long weekend, everyone. Be safe out there. Speak with you next time on Tech It Out. Ciao for now.